So hello everyone. I'm Yana, and today I'm with amazing Dima from Face Me. Hi.
Hello, Yana. Happy to chat with you today, and thank you for this opportunity to share our story and hopefully inspire other members of community.
Of course, you will inspire, obviously, and there was no other option. And because of inspiring, honestly, everyone wants to know, how did you start? Not only your journey as a Face Me agency, but also I'm wondering, what was the starting point for you personally? Like, tell me all of the stories.
Okay, so I started in a completely different industry. I graduated organic chemistry, so I worked
Okay.
in organic synthesis for a couple of years, but
Wow.
yeah, but at some point I understood that that's not what I want to do. So I switched to marketing, which was kind of in trend 10 years ago, and a lot of cool people worked in advertising agencies. So I worked with different advertising agencies, and at some point I understood that apart from promoting, I'm also interested in developing of some new things. And that's when I switched to IT or tech. And I developed different apps, web services, etc., etc. And at some point, I started to develop augmented reality art app for one of my clients. And that's actually when I learned more about AR and fell in love with it. And
Mhm.
yeah, later at some point, I met Igor and we started FaceMe.
So first of all, like chemistry, wow! I'm always astonished by people who do that and then decide to switch it. And because it's something very risky, and I think that that's something you transported to your agency stuff, that you are still very into unknown stuff, something new like avatars, metaverse, digital fashion. All of this stuff are not that popular. So you're still like going into something new. There are brand new stuff.
Yeah, I agree. One important thing I learned during my work with chemistry is that a lot of new things they appear after synthesis of some other things. So what we try to do is try to mix different technological opportunities with various use cases. For example, our recent scene AR manicure, which I'm really happy about, was just appeared as a result of this mixing. I was doing manicure, and I met a
Mhm.
really cool manicure master from Berlin, Chummy Nails, and I told her about what
What
I'm
you
doing.
do.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and we just decided to give it a try, and the result is amazing, and we will announce the project soon. So yeah, uh, I would have to say that switching industries is kind of cool, because in every industry you learn something new, and in the end, whatever you're doing, you will be able to use your experience from previous jobs and projects.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with you. But I was also wondering, according to the projects that you do at FateMe, you are very bold about the stuff you create. So you do not afraid to start something new to inspire others and etc. And it seems like a very good one because you're also the first one. But isn't it terrifying to be the first one actually?
I'd say that it's not terrifying. I'd say that it's a little risky, because uh, we've done a lot of new cool things that worked, but we
Mm-hmm.
also did a couple of things that we invested in that
Mm-hmm.
didn't work. So yeah, like one of my mentors from one of the educational programs that I participated in said, for entrepreneurs, failure is the only option. So we fail every day, and it's not terrifying, but if you're on this path, the path of innovator, you have to be ready to fail every day and to be okay with it, to just analyze what happened, receive some learnings and move on.
I think I totally agree with you, but is this the approach you take on the agency? So is this the one that makes you a very special one, that you are not afraid and you're always for the win, let's say?
I'd say that this approach is not as romantic as it could seem. The thing is, when you're doing something new, there is a chance that in terms of business, you will be a monopolist. And that's the best approach in terms of work in a competitive market. So for us, when we are doing something that everyone else does, we understand that we are in the competition and we have to win by doing something extra, or making our prices lower, or working faster. So these things are not about like creative approach. It's more about finding rational advantages in the game. But when you're doing something innovative, something that no one else did, it's not like about being first for the sake of being first. It's about receiving the unique advantage in the market by offering the unique product. So that's also rational. And also as a bonus, it's also fun, because you can play with technology, and you can create the rules and not like do something that fits some requirements or standards of market,
Yeah, because there's basically no rules, so you are the one creating it.
Yes, exactly. So for example, in terms of AR nails, or AR manicure, we published it, and prior to announcing it, we've analyzed how it works in terms of audience engagement. We see that it works. We also added super crazy extra long mode, and we see that people love it. So it was like kind of moment when we decided to have fun. It was cool because I sent the link to the filter to our head of production, Nika, and she told me, yeah, that's cool, but what if we'll do it just super extra long? And she just painted on a photo like how long it would be, and we did them exactly as long as she showed, and turned out that it works. So there's definitely a fun part in all of it, and a lot of laughs.
And when it comes to your work as an agency, like what is the main value of it, and the product you offer, and what is the main thing you bring to the table while doing the business work?
I guess it's a really good question, because even though we all work on AR projects, we actually offer really different products. So in terms of since I have this marketing background, I understand that brands or businesses, they don't care about the technology. They don't care about patches, shaders. They don't care about the super sophisticated code or how everything works. They care about return of marketing investments. They care about the metrics. They care about the KPIs. So we understand that we shouldn't just deliver them files. We should deliver everything: creative idea, file of the filter, and also we should offer the strategy how they should announce this filter online and offline in all channels. because in the end they need to receive massive engagement of their audiences. So for us, the main value that we bring to the table for the clients is driving the value of and sales of their brand. That is what we do. But also we feel responsibility. For to provide the best experience for the audience. We want to create valuable experiences, and we know that effects or filters, they actually help people to feel happier. We know that this happens on a physiological level, that when people create stories with cool filters, when they receive a lot of reactions, they feel this dopamine feeling, that
dopamine rush.
Dopamine rush, right? And we want to give them this pleasant feeling. So if to sum up, our mission is to create valuable experiences for the audiences that help brands to drive their value and sales.
So you basically, what you do, you are getting into the shoes of the company. So you're not just creating an effect that brief said this and etc., but you're actually becoming, let's say, a part of a firm that you are making this effect for, and also the client that buys this product. So you like fully onto the stuff.
Totally. We need to go get into the shoes of both participants of the process. So first of all, we need to, and I wouldn't say that this is my recommendation, but I'd say that it could help if creators would think during the work, they will think about the interests of the client.
Yeah.
And not only because it will help to deliver better results for the client, but also because if the client will achieve these results, they will return to this creator for more work.
Exactly.
So the best client is not a new client. The best client is a client that returned to you. Retention is really important. So it's really, I'd say that it's essential to understand the client and his real goals. So, for example, clients wants to integrate the logo into the filter. We all know that people don't like branded effects. But if the client has the goal to popularize a new brand or new product, and promoting the logo is essential for it, then we need to just accept it. So that is his goal. That is his goal, and he came to us with this goal. And our mission is to find how to integrate this logo, but to keep it cool for the audiences. Because after we understood the goals of the client, we start to create different drafts of ideas, and then we crash test these ideas on different types of the audiences. We actually ask ourselves and our friends and colleagues, would you use this effect? We try to honestly answer these questions, because tech people, they are always in love with their products.
Of course they are.
But we need to forget about it. We actually need to first step into the shoes of the client, then step into the shoes of the audience, and that's the ping pong process where we do these changes. But the one important thing that in this process, we as a creator, at least we in FaceMe, we feel ourselves not as partners of the client, and also as friends of the audiences. So we don't feel we feel like we're the people who are looking for the best solution, not like we're victims of limitations. So it's important to understand that it's our responsibility to make the great effect.
I think it's very important what you said, like in the end, especially that you don't feel like a victim, because I know that a lot of creators, while doing some branded stuff, they feel very not heard, but as you said, very limited because they are not, they can't do what they think is best. But I think that also is a part of the problem that not a lot of people understand a lot of different goals that firms and clients have. So while if the creator will understand that it's basically work and their vision, and you can suggest, obviously you can propose some different options, but this is still not your private works, there still will be like a misunderstanding on the market.
Yes, exactly. And there is a good example. I guess that a lot of creators, like, they have this pain when client asks them to do something, but it's just impossible technically.
Yeah.
So it's not cool when client or it's not super comfortable when client doesn't understand some essential technical aspects, some basic technical aspects. So same situation towards the creator. Creator should try to understand the business role of his product, at least on a basic level. And when he will understand how his or her effect should perform in terms of business, maybe he will understand more why some brand manager or marketing manager is pushing some idea. He's pushing it not because he's like don't have expertise in design or wants to create a bad thing. No, he's pushing it simply because that was the initial purpose of the effort.
Exactly. That was the goal, the main goal that was supposed to be fixed.
So to sum up, I would say that it's really important to have a dialogue between the client and the development team, and important for the developer to have a little business or marketing or communication expertise. And it's also important for the client to have at least a little technical expertise, because if this way it will make possible to create a meaningful dialogue and match expectations.
Yeah, exactly, because in this sort of situation, both sides will just hear and understand what they are actually talking about, and this is it. And while talking about branded deals, I was wondering what is the best way to sell AR to the brand? Because AR is basically starting to be a staple in the marketing work, but still not that popular as the Insta campaign or whatever. So is there the best way to sell it?
Yeah, we never sell AR. We never sell any of our products.
Do you sell experiences then?
We don't sell. We don't sell at all. We consult. We help. That's what we do. So I will give you a super good example. When you come to the Apple store, to the store where they sell iPhone, when you come there, people don't come to you and say, Yana, buy this iPhone, this is new iPhone, or buy this iPad, or buy this MacBook. Yeah, these are great products, but they don't sell them like this, or they don't come to you and say like, oh, hey, then
I was wondering.
Well, I was wondering, maybe you want to look at our list of our products. No, they don't say it. They don't do it. What they do is they ask, can I help you? If you say no, then
it'll be like, okay.
They will be okay. They will say, I'm here to help if you need, and that's how it works. So really important thing about the clients is to genuinely have the desire to help them. So when, for example, if we outreach, so when I said that we don't sell, I meant that we don't sell like on mental level. We don't have this energy. But but we still do proactive outreach of clients. But when we do, first thing, we always analyze like the past activity of this client. Analyze his history. We analyze what he did. We analyze what he is doing. We analyze what his competitors are doing. And after this, we say that something like hello. For example, we see that you created a lot of cool branded effects for the holiday seasons. And right now we see that, and soon there will be a Thanksgiving and Christmas. We create great AR filters, and if you will need, we will be able to help you with not just with production, but also with creative ideas for this instrument.
So we just propose your abilities, let's say.
Yeah, we say that we can help with this, but we say it only when we see that we can actually help.
Exactly.
And we never came up with abstract proposals like, here I am, like do something with it. We come with concrete things that can work right now. And yeah, that's like the basic approach. So to answer your question, I would say that when we sell AR, we try to find clients that first of all actively use this instrument, and also clients that we propose concrete things that can work for their current strategy and current time.
But would you say that this approach is there for everyone, or for example, for creators that just entering the branded network, let's say, it wouldn't work?
I would say that, yeah, and one important thing I want to add is that apart from this outreach, we also, in terms of sales, we try to invest not in sales, but we invest a lot into FaceMe brand, into marketing and PR. So our goal is to create knowledge about our services among the clients and generate incoming requests. So our goal is not to sell concrete product to concrete brand. No, our goal is to build the bridge between AR filters or digital clothing and FaceMe. Like when I think about filters, I think about FaceMe. When I think about digital clothing, I know it's FaceMe. So that's what we're doing, and we're doing it with the instruments that works for the massive communication, like PR articles, advertising at Google, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, but regarding your question, so I believe that different creators, they should apply different approach based on their based on the moment of on the stage of their career. So for example, if the creator is like new to the game, obviously he will not have a lot of trust among the biggest brands. So what he have to do is to work on creating of his portfolio. He probably should do some works for his friends or her friends, and also offer his services in the freelance sites, freelancer sites, and also offer his services directly to some agencies, because even brands don't work with small freelancers, but agencies work because it's efficient for them in terms of finances. After the creator grew to some point, he can start to think about himself as a brand and invest more into his own marketing and PR, and try to outreach to bigger brands. So when the creator is super huge, usually big brands outreach
Approach
him.
them, obviously.
Yeah, approach them, yeah, proactively. So it always, depends on the stage of your career, but I would say that what all creators need to do is they need to try to look at themselves with the eyes of their clients. Like, would I buy the filter from someone who has this portfolio, or would I pay 10,000 or 5,000 or I don't know, $500 for the filter that looks like this? Because it's not only about the technical expertise. And again, as I mentioned, clients don't care about the technical expertise. We don't care how the iPhone works inside. We only care about how it looks.
About the effect, exactly.
So we also, one of the advices for creators is that you should invest a lot into the package of your products. Your effect is basic, just a lipstick, but you can show it with some, I don't know, glitchy preview on some cheap phone, or you can show it with the help of a studio photo. So for example, take a look at content by Jochowska. She's doing
an amazing job. It's beautiful.
She's doing an amazing job, but the thing is, her filters are quite similar. She has her own style.
Exactly.
And I can't say that they're like super complex, but the way she shows them, all photos are created on camera, not on the phone, camera, and then the effect is applied above it. So that's what makes her effects
stand out, let's say, because it's a very specific style.
That's what creates her brand, and that's why brands pay her.
That's true. And do you have any specific advices on how to create an AR portfolio? What should be inside, for example, how to showcase your project? You already mentioned that it should be like a beautiful picture, not just something, let's say, but any step-by-step guide, for example?
So first of all, you need to define your target audience. You cannot just work with everyone. It would be hard to work with super everyone. So you need to, so if for example, you're creating some creative psychedelic effects, it would be probably kind of hard to work with beauty brand who promotes classic beauty. Same thing about and on the contrary, if you create super classic beauty brands, it would be hard to receive an order for digital clothing. So you need to define your audience. So first of all, you need to define what you want to do.
Exactly.
We usually do things better when we love what we're doing.
When we really want to do it, basically.
Exactly. When we wanted to do it, then we will have fun and we will do it with extra energy. We will feel one of the secrets why Face Me works, achieves a lot of cool things, is that we work a lot. We work more than 8 hours a day and more than 5 days a week. But the thing is, we work so much not because we have to, but because we feel charged after work. We don't feel empty after. So for example, for me, it's now 7 p.m. and I feel energized. I feel the energy to speak to you. And after this, I will have a lot of other cool things. So it's important to find this things that you love. Then it's important to understand who is your audience. And again, try to see the things with their eyes. So if it's a beauty industry, you need to understand if it's beauty industry for woman or for the man. Is it
Mhm.
more do you want your client to attract more classic clients or more innovative clients?
Exactly.
Then I would say that it definitely works when you showcase works with the famous brands. So
Mhm.
it's a good thing to like showcase a logo and say that this is the Maybelline, or this is for Mugler, or this is for Marc Jacobs.
But
It's a
it
good
works
thing.
if you have such an effect.
Exactly. But if no, you have to find other strong points. Like, for
Exactly.
example, the number of impressions that this effect
Mhm.
generated, or something else. I don't know. But
Mhm.
on my opinion, people they see everything like super fast, like 1, 2, 3 seconds. So
Yeah.
it would be enough. I think these 3 things would be enough, like beautiful visual, good numbers, if any, and good brand name, if any. If no, then good visual only.
And when we were talking about the packaging, I remember that you had an amazing XR zone in both Milan Fashion Week and Berlin Photo Week. Even on AWE, you still had this booth of yours. And I have to say that the presentation was whoa. Your name was obviously all over the booth. So it was like screaming, who did that? And as we've talked a lot about this, it was working for itself. And this is the best advantage of it. So you could definitely, like, pop up at every moment actually, and it would work because, like, there were a lot of stands, there were a lot of work of yours, digital clothing, nails were also exhibited them there. I loved it. So could you tell me, like, would you say those combinations of AR and VR activities work better for presenting the product, for example?
So first of all, I would say that we think a lot about the user experience. And so, no, I will take one more step back. I would say that a big part of packaging is also understanding who you are. So you promote yourself as an individual creator or as a studio, because you have to understand that brands will perceive you differently as an individual and as a
Definitely.
business. And usually brands trust businesses more than individuals. So I'd say that it's a good trick, even if you're a solo creator, it's a
Just
good
create an
trick.
agency of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And as far as I remember, a couple of creators that we've met, they did it. They
I'm
don't
sure they
name
did.
themselves. They don't name themselves by their names. They name themselves with the name of their agency. Yeah, so this is also important, because if you will say that you're a studio, big brands will trust you more. So yeah, and regarding the things that we're doing for offline, so basically what we're doing offline, we're trying to push our brand. We're trying to push our brand, and the second thing that we're trying to do is we are trying to show our technology beyond technology. Like we don't focus on technology. We focus on the easiness of experience. We want everything to we want people to feel the magic. And if they will feel the magic, they will definitely, if these people work for some brands, they will definitely want this magic.
Obviously, because there are so many products on the market, like material stuff, for example, that are they're overwhelming. So when you go to the store, for example, it's a very basic example. When you go for a store, you don't even, like, you have some brands that you are used to, but if there's something new, it is very hard to outstand the rest of it. But if you create an experience, if you have something else, if you have something special that no one else did or that is still rare, then everyone wants to join in, to hop on it, and will be like, okay, I'm on it. Give it more. Give me more.
Yeah, we need to so regarding this offline stuff, to sum up, we believe that AR is not just for online.
Yeah,
we believe in it. We see a huge potential in AR for offline. So basically in our pop-up zones we demonstrate what else can be done with the help of social AR instruments.
And why, in your opinion, I was wondering why still not every brand has an AR effect. So why not all of them are aware about the possibilities of augmented reality and how useful it is?
The answer is in the question. Not all brands use as the effect simply because they don't understand the value. And they don't understand the value, they could not understand the value because of at least two reasons. First, this technology is still new. It's 3 years on the market. So it's been only 3 years since Instagram presented Spark AR ecosystem. And it's not enough time to educate the whole market. So the market was first, everyone was learning how to use outdoor advertising, then influencer marketing. It took some time. Then social media appeared and changed everything. So it took 10 years for people that work in marketing, and for people that is important, from different generations, because when people are younger, it's easier for them to learn and understand something new. But the thing is, the majority of decision makers in marketing, they are more mature people. And for them, this is something completely new, something that they don't use, and they ask like simple questions like, why will it work? And then comes the second aspect. The second aspect is that in reality, AR filters or AR activities, they don't always work. It's not like this, instrument where you receive the guaranteed result. Like, for example, I can launch the CPC advertising campaign in Google, and I know exactly how it works, and even before I start the campaign, it shows me how much money will I spend for each click. So I receive predictable results. And in terms of filters, you don't receive predictable
have something like
results.
this, exactly.
And also, because a lot of projects, in a lot of projects, there was no understanding of how to launch. So apart from creating the effect technically, there are a lot of other aspects of this in terms of this instrument. And one of the aspects is how you will launch it after you've created it. Will you launch it on the Instagram only? Will you launch it in the post and story? Will you add a promo mechanics to motivate people to tag your profile in their stories? Will you launch it offline as well? Will you ask influencers to promote your filter? So
there are a lot of different methods.
A lot of small things that make a big difference. And in reality, unfortunately, in majority of cases, all these things, they were not done.
Yeah, because it's usually just just one thing. Good, exactly. That it's one thing.
Or even nothing.
Exactly.
So recently we've did the case for one super huge tech company, and we created a filter, really complex filter, but I'd say that it didn't generate any results simply because they didn't launch it. So they just
they put it on the profile, but they didn't promote
put it on the profile, and after this they assumed that the work is done, that the magic should happen.
Oh no.
It's and after this they see that the filter is not working, so they think that all filters are not working. Then this dude or this woman from this brand, they will switch to other industries. They will go to work at some different company, and they will say, "Oh, filters, I know them. They don't work."
They don't work.
So so right now it's like I'd say it's a battle between positive cases and negative cases, and right now they're somewhere like balanced
in the middle. And
what we can do is we can as a creators, we need to continue educating clients and telling them not about like about technological aspect of this thing, but also about how it works in terms of communication, how they should launch it, and also and help them to promote these effects in any way. Because again, getting back to the start of the conversation, if the clients will receive their results, achieve their goals,
they will be back for more.
That's then when we'll return for more, and that is when they will tell their colleagues that effects are awesome.
Exactly. So I think that the main thing from our conversation today is that basically clients as a firm should not only listen to the creators, but only creators should be sometimes in the boots of the clients, in the audience that they produce the effect for. So it's a very multiple, there are very multiple angles in this thing. It's not just I create an effect and I will post it and this is it. There are a lot of stuff that are happening like in the, in the back that need to be understood.
I'd say that we need to try to see the work with clients as a partnership, not as the work of a client and a contractor, because client and the contractor, if we will see and feel this work together like this, we will see each other that we're different, but the fact is we're partners.
Exactly.
They have the same goal to create a successful project. And if we're partners, then we need to hear each other.
Yes, and to listen to each other and to collaborate on all of this stuff and find the best solution for both of the sides.
Yeah. So we need to always start with the question like, what do you want to achieve? And when we hear like the input information, we should start not with limitations but with the opportunities, like based on what you've said we can do this and this, and not say like based on what you've said I think it will not work. Exactly. Because clients are always are also people, by the way.
Of course, because every single one of us is like a person. It doesn't matter on which side of the table you are, you still want to achieve something good.
And you want to have fun also.
Exactly, because it would be too boring. It would be too boring in this world.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. That's all questions I have. Do you have anything else to say to us?
What can I say?
Creators, to anyone.
Yes, I want to thank you and thank Lenslist for making a huge contribution to a creator community, and for creating a unique database of effects, which I believe a lot of clients use for their inspiration. And I wish you to continue doing what you're doing. And we as a Face Me Collective will do everything possible to support your initiatives.
Thank you very much. You literally made me blush. Thank you very much. And thank you for basically agreeing to do this interview, for always putting up a lot of stuff and a lot of content for all of the community, for inspiring everyone, especially to dive deep into the digital fashion stuff and not only the avatars, all of it. Thank you very much for all, and thank you.